Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Alright, well, play Terramander. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Rally? You got a counter?
Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic, and this week we are heading to Standard for Richard's deck. So if you're listening to the podcast like a week ago, Richard was talking about this Blue-White Fliers deck that he was almost to Mythic with, but then Mythic reset, but he was just like crushing everyone with this deck. So he sent me the deck list. He says it should be a good Budget Magic deck because it's cheap, pretty cheap on Arena. I think it's like 15-ish rares, as well as in paper. So today we're playing, I'm calling it Richard's Birds. His original name was just Aggro Combo, which Aggro Combo, while that does kind of describe what the deck is doing, it doesn't really tell you much about the deck. So we're playing Richard's Birds in Standard. Let's talk about this deck, which is apparently a budget-friendly deck that maybe can get you up to Mythic in the current mid-rangey, Nissa-y, Ugin-y meta on Magic Arena. So let's break it down, jump into the game, starting with all of our one-drops. So what this deck really wants to do is just flood the board with cheap flying creatures. And for this, we actually have 5 different creatures, 19 total 1-mana flyers, and most of them have some sort of upside. Fairy Godmother can pump a creature. Healer's Hawk gains us a little bit of life. Spectral Sailor, Fairy Miscreant can draw us cards. Terramander technically can get big, although in reality, the upside to these cards isn't super relevant. It's not very often that Terramander actually adapts, or Spectral Sailor draws that many cards. For the most part, these are just creatures we can play on turn 1, on turn 2, because what we really want to do with this deck is go 1-drop Fire on turn 1, then maybe 1-drop Flyer on turn 2, and that sets us up to get in a lot of evasive damage really quickly. So those are the 1-drops. Then we have, I guess, kind of our flying payoff. Skycast Sovereign is really good in this deck. It just gets really big. Picture that draw we were talking about, where we go like 1-drop Flyer, then maybe on turn 2 we play Skycast Sovereign, then on turn 3 we can go 1-drop Fire. All of a sudden we're attacking with a 4/4 Flyer on turn 3, and Skycast Sovereign could even make flying Catbird tokens if we run out of action and the game goes long. Watcher of the Spires, it makes our flyers cheaper, which isn't actually that relevant, but a 2/2 flying for 2 with upside is nice. Brazen Borrower, kind of a removal spell that's also a flyer. Empyrean Eagle, a lord for the rest of our creatures, making all of those 1-mana 1/1 flyers into 2/2 flyers, letting us push through even more damage to close out the game, because what our deck really wants to do, flood the board with flyers and kill our opponent quickly, because we know once Ugin starts hitting the battlefield and things like that, things are going to go badly. We're not going to beat those cards for the most part, so being able to be really fast and kill our opponent really quickly is key to the deck, which is where the combo part of the deck comes in. So the combo part, in Richard's deck building opinion, is Rally of the Wings. So Rally of Wings, it just gives all of our flying creatures +2/+2. So if you think about that curve we've been talking about, 1-drop into maybe Skycat into a couple more 1-drops, that means Rally of the Wings is dealing potentially lethal damage, or very close to lethal damage, on turn 3. 2 copies is almost always lethal if we have a few flyers on the battlefield. It's kind of like this 2-mana almost overrun, and since it works with flying creatures, we don't really care about trample and so forth with overrun, because all of our creatures are already evasive, so we just slam in for a ton of damage and close out the game. Otherwise, Sea Dasher Octopus, not technically a flyer, but it does turn our flyer into some card advantage. Only 2 copies, not super key to the deck. We really want to be as aggressive as possible. Sea Dasher does open us up to removal, but the card advantage is a nice bonus. Otherwise, as far as interaction, Lofty Denial is actually insane in this deck. It turns into a better mana leak by turn 2, almost always, because we have so many 1-mana flyers, so it's pretty close to a 2-mana hard counter in most situations, allowing us to buy a turd against like a sweeper or something that could potentially ruin our day, giving us that turn to kill our opponent with our flyers. Mana base, Tranquil Cove, Hallowed Fountain is dual lands, some basic lands. If budget is not as much of a concern, or you already have them, Scry lands are better than Tranquil Cove in the deck, but you can get by just fine with the gain land over the Scry land. As far as the sideboard, we get a bunch of ways to protect our creature, with the most interesting card being Sephara's Sky's Blade. So Sephara, it's very hit or miss. In some matchups, it's like the best card in our deck. If we're playing against like Mono Red or Gruul or some other color combination that can't really deal with it. On the other hand, if we're playing against like Bant or Sultai that has, I don't know, a bunch of Teferis, a bunch of Elspeth Conqueror's Death, Casualties of War, other hard removal spells, then it's really bad. So we bring it in the matchups where it's good and it's absolutely insane, and then in the matchups where it's bad, we just leave it in the sideboard. Unbreakable Formation for Wrath Protection. Miscast is basically the same. That's a main reason we bring it in is to be able to just stop a Wrath for 1 mana and buy us another turn to beat our opponent down. Devout Decree, removal against red and black. The Sacrifice deck, one of our tougher matchups because our opponent can just like ping down all of our X1s with Mayhem Devil. So removal there really helpful. Staggering Insight, life gain against red, card draw, unsummon, a little bit more tempo removal. And that is Richard's Birds for Standard. And that's our budget Magic deck for this week. So let's jump into some games. See if Richard's Bird deck is actually as good as it sounds. Like Richard said, he was very close to hitting Mythic before the reset. He would have hit Mythic almost assuredly if the season hadn't reset. So let's see how good this deck is. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it. And thanks to Richard for sending in a really sweet budget deck. And I'll be back in a bit with the wrap up.
Need some new Core Set 2021 cards? You can get them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. Card Kingdom has Core Set 2021 up for sale now. Check them out over at cardkingdom.com. Budget Magic time. We are trying to fly our way to victory in Standard. Blue-white Rally of Wings Flyers. Well, land go. 2 Rally of Wings isn't bad. Opponent shocks themselves. Well, Spectral Sailor. There's a Growth Spiral. And tap land. Well, land and Skycast Sovereign. Edge for 1. Down to 17. Tap land for our opponent. Big question is going to be, does our opponent have a Wrath? There's an Uro. Puts a land into play. Oh, Skycast Sovereign. Land. Spectral Sailor. Hit ya. Down to 15. Please don't have a Wrath. I mean, if there's a Wrath, we just lose. Boat it. Nissa. All right, Nissa's not a Wrath. 4, 8, 10, 14? So we need a land? Opponent passes. All right, well, play Terramander. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Rally? You got counter? Nissa value. Growth Spirals. Puts a land into play. And dies! Whew! I will say! It does feel good to beat up on these Nissa decks. It really does. Everyone's Urowing and ramping. And it feels pretty good to just go underneath and stick it to him a bit. So, opponent's playing Bant Mythics. Against Bant Mythics. Probably want Unbreakable formation. I wonder if Staggering Insight's worth it. What do we go down? I mean, I think we just want to stay aggressive. Go down to Terramander. Miscast does deal with Wrath. All right, let's do that as well. All right. Well, here we come. Here we come for you about it. Oh, is it enough? Is it enough? So basically around the tempo plan. Tempo/combo plan. Well, we got all of our Rally of the Wings, but no lands. All right, this will keep. We will put a, probably Unbreakable formation to the bottom, I guess. I think we'd rather have the Lofty Denial. All right, opponent, tap land. Scries to the bottom. No, Hallowed Fountain and Healer Goo. Tap land for our opponent. Hallowed Fountain, Watcher. Alright, so opponent has a dispute. This is really slowing down our clock, which isn't great. Opponent goes 19. 19's a lot, though. Opponent, land, and no Uro. That's good. Well, go to combat. Hit you for 1. Tranquil Cove. Pass the turn. Tap land for our opponent. Well, alright. Spectral Sailor. Play an island. Go to combat. Attack. We're not getting in for very big chunks of damage, though. Fairy Miscreant. We're just chipping in for 1. Up to 2 now, but opponent untaps. Ooh, shocks themselves. If it's Nissa, we got counter it. Opponent passes. Ooh, Miscreant's sweet. Well, shock ourselves. Miscreant. Draw a card. Ooh, that's Rally the Wigs. All right, we have a plan. Attack you. All right, so opponent borrows Spectral Sailor, sure. Down to 12, we pass. Well, next turn is the turd that we're hoping for the win. Opponent passes. Well, we will Spectral Sailor. Untap. Go to combat. Attack. If our opponent flashes in Brazen Bar, we're going to go for the win. Lofty Denial it. Rally the Wings. All right, Shark Typhoon. Opponent draws. Blocks. Well, Rally the Wings. Hit you to 3. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. This is your time to shine. Do you have the Wrath? Otherwise, the 1/1s are going to get you. Opponent to the bottom. And GG's. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Maybe this deck really is the secret to wrecking all these miserable ramp mid-range decks. Or, I don't want to say miserable, but you know what I mean. The decks that are at the top of the format. Maybe this Flyers deck actually is the secret to just sticking it to them. All right. That went pretty well. Very well. Sweet. Sweet. All right. Budget Magic time. We are standarding this week with Richard's Blue-White Flyers, I think I'm calling it. Richard swears by this deck for standard. We'll see. Gunner, oh boy. One thing I did hear about this deck is our worst matchup is sacrifice decks. That's what we don't want to play against. Otherwise, apparently we kind of crush everyone. That's what Richard says. We'll see. We'll put it to the test. Healer Hawk, go. If this is not a Mayhem Devil sacrifice deck, it might go better. Opponent gets in. We'll take it. Do your worst. Oh, opponent doesn't have a land? All right, well, play a land. Gain a life. Go to combat. Attack. Why did our opponent keep this one lander? We will play Terramander. Fire number 2 past the turn. The cat's about to come down. Opponent hits a land. Okay, gets in, hits us. No blocks again. Passes. Ooh, how much is this to pump? 2 mana. Well, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Skycat, number 1. Tranquil Cove. Go. Black Lens Paragon. Yeah, that is acceptable. Alright, opponents hitting their land, so they do get to play Magic. Murderous Rider. That is painful. Opponent down to 15. Hits us. Ooh. How quickly can we win? Let's Empyrean Eagle. Hollowed Fountain. Guide Mother. I think we're just going for the win next turn. So we hit our opponent to 11. And then Rally the Wings is lethal and a half next turn. Alright. So not lethal anymore. Opponent goes to 9. Oh, actually, it's still exactly lethal. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So this is just lethal, right? Yeah, I mean, cast it, attack you, kill you. Well, that went well. That went pretty well. No idea about this matchup. Have not played much mono black, but good lord, crushed him. We crushed him. Well, this is a matchup where our opponent does not have, presumably, I wonder if Safara's worth it. How do they answer Safara? Murderous Riders. It is big. It is lifelinking. I'm assuming we want that for mono red mostly. So I think we just Devout Decree. And what do we go down? What do we cut? What do we cut? We can go down to Terramander. We can go down Lofty Denial, Brazen Borrower, and maybe we go down one more Terramander. Try it like that. So we get a bit of removal and try to beat our opponent down again. That felt pretty busted. Oh, opponent. What are you up to, Mono Black? That sounds good. We got Dorks and we got Rally the Wigs. That's all we need. Opponent, Gutter Bones. This looks familiar. Well, land in Healer's Hawk, go. Swamp for our opponent. Gets in, hits us. New blocks. I guess Spawn of Mayhem would be a concern. Serrated Scorpion for our opponent. Knight of the Eben Legion. Well, play a land. Watcher of the Spires. Get in with Healer Hawk. I mean, we are in full-on race mode. Opponent, land. Please no Spawn of Mayhem. Soren's Thirst. That's a good one for our opponent. Gets in, hits us. Ooh, maybe they win this race. Ooh, Alright. Land. Empyrean Eagle. Get in. Hit you. This Knight of the Eben Legion's a problem. We have not drawn removal for it. Castle Lockway. And we don't have lethal yet. Demonic Embrace on Scorpion. Gets in, hits us. No blocks. Ugh. Not great. Grows the Knight. That's better. Now let's Devout Decree. Knight of the Eben Legion. Island to the bottom. Fairy Miscreant. Hollowed Fountain. Hit ya. Down to 15. Opponent land. Gets in with both. Hits us. We will take it. How much damage is this? Oh, this is like super lethal. Oh my god. Go to combat. Attack. Rally the Wings. Rally the Wings. Well, now I know why Richard called it aggro combo, because that felt pretty like we didn't even have to do anything crazy. Like, our opponent had a good start. We had a okay start, but we just played things and rally the Wings, and our opponent got absolutely wrecked. Okay. Yeah, good start for aggro combo. Blue-white Flyers. Alright, maybe Richard was onto something. Sweet, sweet. Alright. Budget magic time. We are flying through Standard with a aggro combo, blue-white Flyers, courtesy of Richard. And Richard sent me this deck, and seems sweet. And let's just, I mean, this hand looks pretty good. We got a bunch of dorks. We have a Rally the Wings. We have 2 Rally the Wings. Well, playing land, Terramander, Fairy Guide Mother, hit you. Down to 19. We'd love to just draw land here. Opponent. Ooh, they could have sweepers. Thought Erasure. Ay, okay. Opponent's fighting back. I mean, if they have a sweeper, that could get us. We have emptied our hand. Takes a rally. Come on, land. Land for Empyrean Eagle. Terramander. Well, Terramander. Hit ya. Down to 16. We can hit our opponent for 12 next turn, potentially, with rally. Opponent. Island. Ed. Uro. Gonna gain some life. Well, it's basically all about whether our opponent has a sweeper. That is it. Opponent. Cracking. Forest. Ugh. Go to combat. Attack. Rally. Hit you to 7. Island for our opponent. Nissa. Oh, come on, deck. Come on, deck. Be good. Be good to us. Untaps. No blocks. Land for the win. Ugh. Alright. Well, hit our opponent. Oh, we might lose because we're a land short. That might be why we lose this game. If our opponent has a huge Crossus, what do we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana? We had lethal if we could just play. Wow, okay. We had lethal there if we could just play the Empyrean Eagle. Oh, we still got there. 2 lands through the discard spell. Well, that's what our deck can do. That is what it can do. So, what do we want against our opponent's deck? Maybe we just fight the... So, discard whatever. Do we just fight against Ras, basically? Is that our main plan? Like, bring in Unbreakable Formation and Miscast? Go down Terramander, Brazen Borrower, Terramander? Around like that? I mean, I think that's the plan. Aggro combo. That's what it's called. We gotta be aggressive and try to get the combo kill. We're not gonna win the long game. We gotta win the short game. Well, I can't believe we won that last one. That one seemed risky. We got 1-drops. Is that enough? We have more lands than we really want. I'm nervous about mulliganing, though. Yeah, I think we got a mulligan. Well, okay. We got 1-drops. 1-drops for days. We will put Scary Terry to the bottom. Alright. Well, let's see. Opponent. Land. Well, we will lead on Healer Hawk. Drawing another land would be good. Untap land for our opponent. Gross Pyro, getting the ramp on. Puts a land into play. Alright, it's a tap land, but it's a land. Well, Fairy Miscreant. Tranquil Cove. Hit you to 17. Uro. Alright. Opponent's ramping. There's a land. And a land. Well, alright. Empyrean Eagle. Please don't sweep our board. Hit ya. Down to 16. What are those cards in our opponent's hand? Oh, they have Ritualist. Well, that is one of the cards we were afraid of, for sure. Opponent plays the tap land. Well, play a Fairy Guide Mother. Play a Fairy Guide Mother. Opponent's still at 16, though. That is a high life total. Land for our opponent. Tamiyo. Can get back Ritualist. Ticks up. Mills a bunch of cards. So that means Uro's definitely coming back. Ugh. Is there any way we can win this? I don't know if there is. They might have got us this time. They found the sweeper, and we did not find the answer to the sweeper. Spectral Sailor. The problem is Tamiyo gets back Ritualist. Oh, boy. Wow, this is so bad. So bad. Hit Tamiyo. Hit our opponent. I think this is our only realistic shot. Because Tamiyo getting back Ritualist beats us 100%. Alright, so opponent gets to get back Uro, start gaining life and drawing cards. Can our 1/1s somehow keep up with Uro? Oh, seems unlikely, but you never know. There's the Uro. Yeah, draws a card. Puts a land into play. Oh, now we draw Miscast. Well, go to combat. Attack our opponent. We might actually have to... Boy, do we gotta untap and block Uro? How do we beat an Uro? I think we gotta win before Uro comes down. I don't think we win by blocking Uro. That doesn't seem helpful. Okay. Well, now I think we can safely concede. We were not fast enough that game for sure. Opponent had the Wrath. So, what do we do against this deck? So it's just all removal. I don't even know if Safara is good enough. I think Safara is like for mono red. All right. Or like Gruul or something. Decks that can kill it, I don't think it's worth it. Well, we get to be on the play. Can we take down Wrath Central? Alright, I guess we keep this. Mostly disappointing because we got 4 lands, so hopefully we don't keep drawing lands. That would be a smidge on the disappointing side. I mean, we got interaction, so our stuff isn't going to die to a Wrath. But we don't have very many threats. Tranquil Cove, go. Boat it. Tap land. Well, run out the Sky Cat. All up to you, Sky Kitty. We drew another counter, so we got all the disruption. Untap land. Grow Spiral. Land. Opponent passes. Play the untap land. Fairy Guide Mother to grow Sky Cat. Go attacking. Pass the turn. Opponent down to 16. Maybe our counters are enough. Opponent. Fable Passage. Cracks it. Hopefully we just keep drawing 1-drops to go with our dorks and grow the Sky Cat. Extinction Event. Miscast. Come on, Flyer. Yeah, Spectral Sailor works. Untap land. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent down to 13 past the turn. So we cost ourselves a damage, but this lets us leave up 2 counters this turn. Untap land for our opponent. Lofty Denial. Spectral Sailor. Tranquil Cove. Go to combat. Hit ya. Down to 6. Oh, this might be enough. Opponent. What do you got? Enter the God of Turtles. Lofty Denial. That should be game. Last card in hand. Untap. Opponent scoops it up. Whoo! Oh, boy. We had just enough counters to not allow our opponent to resolve a spell. They resolved the Growth Spiral, but they had Wrath, enter the God of Turtles. Our sideboard, as much as I think Miscast is not that great, it was key there to letting us win that game. Land heavy hand still good enough, and well, keep flying over. Not bad at all. Budget magic time. Oh boy, that is that is Skycatron. We are flying in standard, playing Richard's blue-white flyer deck, and I like this hand. I mean, if we get Wrath, it's all over, but if we don't get Wrath, these Skycats are gonna win really quickly. What's our opponent up to, other than reading Fairy Guide Mother? Plains. Ginger Brew. Oh, the race is on. No blocks. Well, land Skycat. Hit you for 1. Well, can the Skycats beat a Ginger Brew? Oh, this is, oh, that's not great. That's not great at all. Oh, that's interesting. I think we just Skycat again. Skycat tap land. So this is the Paw Blade deck. I'm actually not sure how this is going to go. I'm scared of Winota, that's for sure. Opponent plays a land. Plays a Bone Crusher. Well, Island. Skycat. Go to combat. Attack. Dash on Fairy Guide Mother. Hit ya. Draw more lands. That's not helpful. Ooh, swing hit for, oh, just short of lethal. Opponent, tap land. Well, if there's no Winota this turn, our odds go up. Legion Warboss, sure. Makes a dork. Attacks. We will kill Ginger Brew. If we draw a 1-mana flyer, I think we win here. Brazen Borrower. Well, that changes things. So, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent, draw a card. Tranquil Cove. Oh, now we should be good. Now we can bounce and or counter Winota. And opponent, done, double done. All right. That worked. That went well. So what do we want against this deck? This is probably the deck where Sephara is sweet. Ooh, do we Sephara it? Do we take the chance? We have not brought in Sephara once. And let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go big. Sephara seems good. And maybe unsummon? Staggering Insight could potentially be good. What do we cut is the big question. So if we're going to go Sephara, we need all of our 1-drops. Maybe we go 3 Sepharas. We don't want a Sephara Flood. Maybe we just go 2. Let's go 2 Sepharas. 2 Sepharas. Go down a Pteramander. Go down... Ooh, Watcher of the Spires. Pteramander and Watcher of the Spires. Try it like that. We could also bring in Devout Decree, but I think we're not going to. All right, let's run it like that and see what happens. So we're on the draw. So we want to be able to bounce Winota, and Sephara could be sweet if we get the right draw. Maybe we should bring even more. Sephara is tricky. Drawing multiples is not good, and then there's some hands where it's basically a dead card. But 7/7 Lifelinker that can potentially come down early is pretty good. Oh man, all right, we're keeping it. We're keeping it. We're going to need to draw land in the first 2 turns. There's Ginger Brew, especially blue mana. Well, all right, Healer Hawk go. Ugh, if we draw blue source, we can actually get to Sephara pretty quickly. Another Ginger Brew opponent, combat, gets in, hits us, no blocks. Land, please. Well, all right. We will Fairy Guide Mother. Tranquil Cove. Get in for 1. Mountain for our opponent. Legion Warboss. Well, the clock is on. Opponent hits us, no blocks. Down to 16. Well, go to combat. Attack. And let's pass and see what happens. Another Warboss. Uh-oh. Opponent. Combat. Makes dorks. Attacks. Oh, this is so awkward, but I think we're going to do it. Rally the Wings. Untap. Kill Warboss. Like, this costs us a lot of damage, but we're at risk of just losing to war bosses here. Block, block. Go to 13. Oh, man, it's so awkward. So awkward. Well, Skycat Sovereign. Go attacking. Opponent down to 13. Land. Oh, if it's Winota, it's over. What do you got, opponent? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we'll let our opponent get their triggers, and then we will concede. Tajik. Yeah, that is... So the mana pinch was the problem. We could have left up Brazen Borrower. The problem is, leaving up Brazen Borrower isn't actually helpful if we're just losing to Legion Warboss. So that was basically the issue, because we didn't have the mana. We weren't able to expand our board while also protecting against Winota. We had to choose between the two, and I think it was the only choice we could make. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, Mulligan. We've had some really bad hands this game. All right, this is bad, but we will keep it. So now we're seeing... I don't know about Sephara in this deck, honestly. Now we're seeing the big downside of Sephara, which is we need 3 more creatures for it to do anything. Opponent plays a tap land. That is land number 5 out of our top 8. Season Howlbinder. Well, play a land. Pump Miscreant. Fairy Guide Mother. Go attacking. Opponent down to 16. Well, good need to draw well. Opponent. Untap land. Legion Warboss, of course, added to the fun. Yeah, not feeling good about it. Not at all. Ugh. I actually think we could probably beat this deck, but the way... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We're definitely not beating. All right, well... maybe we hardcast Sephara. Oh, bad time for the Nightmare hand. A really bad time for the Nightmare hand. Opponent. Well, I guess it's good to lose once in a while. To show that no deck is undefeated, no matter how good it is. Opponent, Temple, makes a dork, goes to combat, attacks. Yeah, we'll take it. I'm not sure if there's any way out from this point. Opponent, we're down to 12. Passes. Spectral Sailor. Well, go to combat, attack. Opponent goes to 10. Pass the turn. What do they got? Makes a dork. Goes to combat. Hits us. Well, we'll take it. I think our chance of winning is to draw another pump spell. That is our hope. Oh, no. No! Glass Casket. Oh, I think that might take away our... So how can we do this? We need to go 1-drop Flyer, 1-drop Flyer, Safara, I guess, off of our draws. Spectral Sailor. Draw a card. Miscreant. Well, play Miscreant. Play Skycat Sovereign. Can Safara save our day? Well, have them all. Safara, your go. I mean, Winota still beats us. We're not dead on board. We are potentially dead to, like, attack and bolt my own thing or, like, bone crusher my own thing to fizzle the lifelink. But, all right, opponent. This is it. What do you got? No. Oh! What a way to lose. Wow. We were at as bad as humanly possible that match, and still got the Safara down, but our opponent had the absolute dream. Living the dreams with Pawblade. Oh, wow. Well, all right. Whew. Well, that was interesting, at least, I guess. Oh, boy. All right. Budget magic time. We are flying around in Standard. Blue-white Flyers, and, well, alright. We don't have any payoffs, really, but we can redraw with Miscreant. We got Flyers. Hopefully we draw into some payoffs sooner or later. Miscreant, go. See what our opponent's up to. Witch's Oven. Oh, alright. So, Richard told me when he sent me this deck and recommended it, that you literally, if you run your sacrifice, you literally just concede. He said there's essentially 0 chance of winning this matchup. So we'll see. We'll see if it's as bad as it sounds. Gilded Goose added to the party. Well, Tranquil Cove. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Definitely got to leave up Lofty Denial. Opponent blocks. Takes 1. Down to 17 temporarily. Sacks the cat. Gets back the cat. Sure. Yep. Down to 20. Tranquil Cove's doing some work. Another Witch's Oven. Now, we're not going to fight over Witch's Ovens. We got to fight over things that kill our creatures. Opponent gets in for 1. Hits us. And passes. Well, go to combat. Attack you. Opponent blocks. Takes 1. Well, play Terramander. Pass the turn. I mean, it's going to take us a while to dry from the cat, so if we can keep Mayhem Devils and so forth off the battlefield, maybe we got a chance. Like, this is definitely obnoxious, so this is going to go on forever, but opponent cat, sacks cat, gets back cat, drains for 1, does it again. Yeah. Yeah, we don't really have a way to stop our opponent from doing this, so we're taking 2 or 3 a turn for the rest of the game. Opponent's also gaining life, which is annoying. Yeah, that is a card that is not allowed to resolve. That card just straight up beats us. So, stop Mayhem Devil number 1. Opponent passes. Well, go to combat. Attack you. Opponent blocks. So far, thanks to Caller and Familiar shenanigans, our opponent's still going to be at like 20. And we've been attacking with our swarm of 1/1s for a bunch of turns now. I mean, I guess Gilded Goose is stopping one of them. And Cauldron Familiar just keeps gaining life. Yeah, do it again. Do it again. No more Mayhem Devils in hand, so we're down to 15. Opponent's all the way back up to 19. Untaps. Mounted. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Okay. Opponent gets in for 1, so we go to 14. Well, end of turn. Borrow Priest. Spectral Sailor. untap, go to combat, attack our opponent. Opponent blocks. Drops to 16. What beats us? Mayhem Devil beats us. I want to just keep, like, developing our board, but it's so risky. Yeah, maybe we just got to take the chance. All right, Watcher of the Spires. Fairy Guide Mother. Yeah, all right. Shields down. Please don't draw Mayhem Devil, or you got us. Also, Corvald would be bad. The fact that all our opponent could do was play Priest last turn makes me feel like it's maybe a little safe. But basically, we got to go wide. We got to try to win with this Rally of Wigs. That is how we could possibly steal this game. Yeah. So opponent doing cat stuff. I mean, we got a pretty wide board. Opponent untaps. Oh, they have Corvald. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Oh, Bolus's Citadel. Okay. Well, how lucky are they? Cat. Sacks cat. Passes. Oh, go to combat. Attack you. Rally. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Are we going to steal this? In our worst matchup? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, we actually got the win in our worst matchup, and now we just gotta steal one of two after sideboarding. That's it. That's all we gotta do. We just gotta steal one of these. It's still definitely a really hard matchup, and still cannot let Mayhem Devils hit the battlefield, because that is just like a wrath. Maybe we Sephara. That could be the way to jank him out. The cards I'm interested in, Sephara, Devout Decree? What do we go down is a question. Go down C-Dash. Go down 2 Terramanders. Watcher, and Brazen Borrower. Okay, that's our plan. Jank him out with Sephara, which can also protect our team from Mayhem Devil pings. And don't get wrecked by Mayhem Devil. That's our hope. We're on the draw. We got Sephara. All right. I mean, we'll keep this. Still need a couple more creatures for Sephara, but opponent, untap land, Witch's Oven. Well, we will see your untap land with an untap land and play, well, actually, play Healer Hawk. I guess we didn't need to shock that turn, but Healer Hawk, go. Untap land, Trail of Crumbs. I'll play the land, go to combat, attack, and pass the turn. We're going to leave up Lofty Denial this turn for Mayhem Devil. Tap land, opponent passes. Well, go to combat, attack. Hit our opponent, Tranquil Cove. Ugh, pass the turn. Cauldron Familiar. Can't really stop that. So opponent's going to start drawing cards. Well, now we might have to shift the focus into trying to get this Sephara down as quickly as possible. Opponent draws a land, gets the cat. I'll go to combat, attack you. Hit our opponent, Fairy Miscreant. Pass the turn. Next turn we could potentially go for it, depending on what our opponent can do. Opponent going to gain some life. Untaps. Land. I mean, we can 1-drop Fire, 1-drop Flyer. Woe Strider. Do we care about that? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that's okay. Opponent gets a Woe Strider. Gets in with Cauldron Familiar. Hits us, 19. Passes. Well, Fairy Miscreant. Draw a card. Play a Plains. Fairy Guide Mother. Sephara. All right. All right, it's happening. It's happening. Opponent sacks the cat, draws some cards. Sephara, though, comes down, protects our team, gives us a huge flyer. What does our opponent find? Gilded Goose, okay. Wow, we might have a chance. We might have a chance. Okay. Other flyers indestructible, 7/7 lifelink achieved, counter still at hand, opponent sacks descries. Looking a little desperate, leaves it on top. That's discouraging. Okay, what did they leave on top? Gilded Goose, we knew about that, yeah. Makes a food. Priest of Forgotten Gods. That might be what they left on top. That's okay. That's okay. Plays a land. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're going to steal this. In the matchup, we're not supposed to be able to win. Taking down Sacrifice. Sephara sideboard tech. Well, go to combat. Attack with everything. Opponent blocks. Sacks the Goose. Scries to the top. Takes 4. Get rid of the Priest. Opponent can sack it. Leave up the Lofty Denial. Whoa. Whoa. I think we're going to do it. Our Sephara plan might actually really be working. Opponent sacks, scries, fizzles Devout Decree. decides to go bottom now after leaving on top before. Gets back the cat. What is our opponent even looking for? And can it be a counterspell into most likely lethal? We don't even actually care too much about Mayhem Devil at this point. Opponent gets another oven, sure. With Sephara making her stuff indestructible, opponent's digging for something. I don't know what, but they are digging for something. To the top, okay. Untap straws. And Corvald. Deny you. Loftily. Flying Mana Leak bonus scoops it up. Oh boy. Sephara power to steal a win in what should be one of our tougher matchups. That was pretty good, and this deck actually feels really strong. Wow, that was impressive. That was super impressive. So, what did we learn this week about Richard's Birds in Standard? And the deck felt really good. We were not quite at Mythic, but we were playing in Diamond, so one level below Mythic, and we ended up going 4-1. I should say, so we played Sultai Midrange, and then I played Sultai Midrange 2 more times, and once I realized it was Sultai Midrange, I just scooped because I wanted to try to get different matchups for the video, which we ended up getting. So our one loss ended up coming to Paw Blade, and even that one loss, wow, was that super close. We actually got down Sephara the turn we needed to stabilize, make our team indestructible. We were going to have lethal and gain a ton of life the next turn, and our opponent had double burn spells to be able to take care of Sephara, which is exceedingly unfortunate and unlikely that they had 2 red cap melees to take it down and steal that game. So even our one loss, we were really close to winning. Otherwise, we took down Mono Black, we took down Sultai, we took down Bant, we took down Jund Sacrifice, which is supposed to be the worst matchup for this deck. So if you're, I don't know, want a budget-friendly deck that is actually competitive and actually has a chance to get to Mythic, I think, considering how good the matchup against, like, Bant in specific felt, and how well we can beat those slower decks, even Wilderness Reclamation, which we didn't play, but I think that's supposed to be a good matchup as well. If you're looking for a budget deck that can actually climb up to Mythic on Arena, I think Richard was right. The Richard's Bird deck actually felt really solid. It's very aggressive. It has the combo quote-unquote kill. With Rally the Wings, the counter spells were really key. Lefty Denial is the best counter spell in Standard when you have a flyer on the battlefield, and since we have 19 one-mana flyers, we basically always do. So all around, I think the deck felt really good. As far as changes, the one thing I would say, I'm not 100% sold on Sephara taking up 4 sideboard slots. I think some numbers probably right, and as we saw, there are matchups like the Paw Blade deck where we really want it and it's insane, or if we run into mono red or some sort of like gruel aggro mid-range deck, in those matchups Sephara is really good. Do we need the full 4 copies? I don't know if we need all 4 in the sideboard. I also never really saw when we were going to bring in Staggering Insight. It seems like a card for like mono red or those aggro matchups, but against those decks I'm not actually 100% sure if I would want to bring it in, because then our creature dies to a burn spell and we get 2 for 1. So the sideboard, I'm not 100% sold on every slot, but in general, the deck felt great. It felt competitive. It's really fun. It's super aggressive. It gets fast wins. It can get up at least near Mythic on Magic Arena, and I think if I kept playing it and Richard was able to keep playing it, probably would have hit Mythic. So if you want a competitive budget deck, Richard's Birds seems like a good option for M21 Standard. Anyway, that's been our budget magic for this week. Richard's Birds, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.